Jays, welcome back to Flight Zone. Just like last week, we are covering March Madness in our own way, making our own bracket. As you can see, there's a ton of greens and reds for the upsets and the wins. Our bracket is currently in 12th place out of
still better than mine.
out of our school ran pool. I don't think it's too bad, but it's definitely not the best.
Yeah.
There has definitely been a few upsets. I would say Florida right off the bat being a 1 seed, not even making it, like losing in the second round. I think I was definitely shocked, and that hurt my bracket personally.
And we have been going to the Final Four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me as well. I think, in this one we had it too, and I think it has been definitely a season where the unknown can happen. I mean, it's March Madness, anything can happen. What do you guys think of?
Well, yeah, you're right. Anything can happen. Even the team that you pick to win it all can lose in the first round.
Like you.
That's exactly what happened to me.
You.
I picked Wisconsin to go all the way, and as the 5 seed, they lost to the 12 seed, which
By 1 point.
Yeah, which was just, I don't know, disappointing. Can't say I'm too surprised considering that it's March Madness. I guess there's always has to be like that one like Cinderella story. Not that High Point was because they lost the next round, but there's always like some player that really stands out and they get some cool moment. Unfortunately for me, it was a player on High Point named Chase Johnston who made a ton of threes, made his first 2-pointer of the whole season as the game-winning shot. And people are like, oh, that's so amazing. Like, it's such a great story. It really wasn't because the basket wasn't impressive at all. High Point got the rebound off a Wisconsin miss, and then Chase Johnson just cherry-picked it. Like, he ran down, made an uncontested layup. It wasn't like some sort of, Michael Jordan, UNC, like, championship game, buzzer beater win. Like, it was not impressive. Obviously, like, I'm still a little salty about it because my entire bracket was busted from that. I was, like, already out of the running the first day. So it's been a disappointing March Madness. I did predict Iowa over Florida. So that's a little bit of a consultation, but I don't know. It's been tough. It's been tough goings for me so far. What about you?
I purposely make mine awful on purpose, and they're living up to it for sure. I'm in 14th, I think, out of 17, but I think 3 of them didn't fill it out, so I'm in last of a filled-out bracket, which is great. And then I'm in another league where I'm in last, and my max is 81 points. So I think it's fun to like make it bad and be like, you know what? We're just gonna pick this random team to come along. I did not want to choose High Point personally because I want to choose accredited universities. But as someone who focuses on football, hockey, and track, I kind of based it off of track teams. So it's like, oh, well, Georgia's really good at track, so I'm going to pick them. And then they lose to St. Louis. I mean, it was 8 and 9 seed, so it wasn't like 1 and 16. But it's just weird for me as a track athlete to see these teams be like, but Georgia's so good at track and football. Why are they not that good at? I mean, they're good, but like, they're not like national caliber,
I guess
national champ
recruiting
caliber.
And stuff, and how much money they like delegate to different like sports and stuff. It's interesting though. Alabama, I was not high on them at all. I always see them as more of a football school. They surprised me. They beat Texas Tech by a lot. I think 30-something points. They're a team that I really underestimated. I think they're kind of like a sleeper to make the Final Four, maybe even make the national championship. I still think Iowa State is going to come out of the Midwest, but I think Alabama right now has surprised me the most. They kind of went under the radar as far as like the big schools goes during the regular season, but it's March Madness. This is when it really matters.
Anything can happen. It's really March Madness. I know in one out of the 3 brackets that I had made, it's my hometown bracket, like our family friends. His name's Nick, our family friend, and he made 3 different brackets, and it was like Nick upset bracket, Nick victorious bracket, and his upset bracket is in like 3rd place because I just feel like there's always going to be upsets for sure, but definitely
that's why
I would say we mentioned that Gwen was in like last place out of everyone who filled in a bracket, but you're actually in 1st place.
I am in 1st. I do have 500 points.
Dang.
I know.
Yeah.
I think we have 420 points for our cast bracket. But yeah, I am up there. It does feel good to be up there, but we never know what can happen. Anything can happen because I've definitely had a few upsets that I wish I had more points for, but it is fine. I think Florida really hurt my bracket, essentially, because I did have them in the Final Four, as we have it in this bracket. But I do want to highlight the Kentucky game. Did you guys watch that? I know, like,
I haven't watched any.
There's so many games going on at once.
That was
the
a tough
Kentucky
one.
Game,
Yeah.
I think it is kind of controversial, just because the other team shot a 3. Kentucky got it, shot another 3, and then they went to OT. But then Santa Clara, their coach, called a timeout before Kentucky shot the 3 to make it into overtime. And I saw that all over my feed.
Oh,
and
should it have counted or not?
Yes, like it was like, well, he called a timeout, the ref didn't see it, all this stuff. But I watched the game. It was such a good game. I did have Kentucky going, so I kind of was like.
I'm sure it was a good game then. I had Santa Clara, and I was also watching that game at the time. And when Santa Clara hit the 3 with 2 seconds left, I was like, all right, like, it's over, we won.
Yeah.
And then Kentucky brings it back down, and he shoots just a little in front of the half court line, shoots a Hail Mary 3, and I'm like, it's not going in. Banks right in. I dropped to my knees. I was like, oh my gosh. And then of course Santa Clara couldn't do anything in overtime. Kentucky got the win.
Yeah, but like we said, anything can happen. I do think, looking into our Final Four right now, I am pretty scared about Duke, because even their first game, it was way too close for playing a team.
71-65.
Yeah, being like a.
It was till the end. They were losing.
Yeah,
we were making this, and David was like,
yeah.
"Oh, Ella, they're down."
I know. I was on the edge of my seat, and even the second game, I was like, oh my God, like it was pretty close. Like I wasn't comfortable watching it. I was very.
They definitely do not look like the #1 team in the country.
No,
not at all.
They do have the twins, those brothers. I forget their last name, and
the Boozers.
I always see them in like the Gatorade commercials or like whatever. I think they're all right. I don't think they have what it takes though, and I thought they did. I really did.
Yeah, definitely a disappointing start for Duke. I mean, at the end of the day, they won both their games, which is what really matters. They have St. John's, which is going to be a tricky game, definitely. St. John's is coming off just winning the Big East.
I was going to say, they've been doing pretty
good. They've been really
good,
yeah.
They upset Kansas by 2, and then they only have like a 10% chance of winning, but with March Madness, I could totally see it.
March Madness and with the way Duke's playing, I put it 50-50.
Yeah, I'm just using the stats that were given to me, unfortunately, by Sleeper, the app.
Oh. Who is that?
A random
I will
person
say,
that I found on the street.
For on our last episode, the person who claimed to have the most knowledge out of everything, Mr. David Bray.
Oh, yes.
I'm actually beating David right now. Yes, he's only 10 points ahead of Gwen.
Let's actually check to see.
I was going to say pull it up, because again, I make mine. But the thing is, I make mine purposely bad, because I know 1 year it's going to be purposely bad, and it's going to be that underdog bracket where it's like it does so good.
And you'll be the first ever perfect
once,
bracket.
I think, in like 6 years. But
Gwen, you're in 14th. David is in 13th, and then our cast bracket is in 12th, and then following is Sal. And you guys both have X's over your names.
Because Clemson basketball does not play like Clemson football. That's what I.
Clemson football is not that good either.
They were in 2019.
Okay.
They were
7 years ago.
They were in the good old days when I watched it, but I actually guessed St. Louis correctly apparently in my ESPN one. I just pulled that up. So.
There you go. You got
Something
some
new.
knowledge up in there.
Yeah.
I will say, I do feel pretty confident that we did choose Arizona. I did choose them in my own bracket, but I feel like they have been looking pretty decent throughout this whole tournament, so that's definitely making me feel better. But I just you never know what can happen.
I usually go for like a 1 or a 2 seed to win it all. And I was like, you know what? It's the Flight Zone Challenge this year. I'll do something special. I'll go a little crazy. I'll pick a 5 seed.
Maybe too crazy.
Here we are.
It completely backfired. So.
My Final Four in our team or our group,
like the Flight Zone?
ESPN, like the Flight Zone pool. That's what it's called. Was USF versus Clemson, Arizona versus Texas Tech.
Right.
And here we are with Arizona.
50%.
No, not even.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Texas Tech, not Texas, because I visited the lovely city of Lubbock, Texas over winter break, and I never need to go back, but I'm cheering for them anyways.
I will say for a second seed, I think Purdue and Houston are both doing pretty well as that ranking, and
I feel like Houston's doing.
I chose them to go far as well in my own bracket. We have them going far, kind of here.
Should have chosen Houston over Florida for the
Yeah.
Final Four.
Yeah, I
And we
mean,
would've had,
what
like,
can
a-
you do now though? When you look back,
Yeah.
you can't really change.
I'm
It's
just
all,
happy
it's all
Pens.
locked in. But I don't think we're doing too awful.
I think we're doing
No,
what
it could be
what
worse.
I would expect, like
Yeah.
average, you know?
Yeah.
We're doing we're doing better than.
Well, because I
David,
think
so.
then some people they
Yeah.
might look really
That's all
good
that
right now,
matters.
but
That's all
then
that
they'll look really
matters.
bad later. You know, like it's one of those. So I think we're just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I'm happy that we could have done it together and other people could participate in the pool as well.
And it was fun making this.
It was fun. I hope everyone can see the different colors of who won and the upsets.
This was my favorite win.
Oh.
I thought about VCU, North Carolina.
No, that is a good one though.
That was a good win.
But yeah.
All right, well, thanks guys for having your input and helping all of us make this bracket. Moving on, we are going to talk about Etown sports and ending it, like always, with Bray's Breakdown.
Welcome back, Jays, to Bray's Breakdown, where you can get the scoop on everything Elizabethtown. I was told to keep this week brief, so I'll do my best to get everything covered as quickly as possible. Baseball finished their weekend series against Drew 1-2 after only winning their third game of the series. The Blue Jays followed up that performance with a 10-2 win over Hood College in their first home game of the season, led by a 7-run sixth inning. Freshman Jack Lanham picked up the win against Hood after pitching 6 innings with 4 hits and only 1 earned run allowed. Sophomore Nick Fiorini had a solid afternoon, batting 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Sophomore John Oxendine cleaned up the final 2 innings for the Blue Jays, holding the Blazers to only 2 runs total. Etown played Franklin and Marshall this afternoon, picking up the win in 7 innings with an 18-6 win. After scoring 10 runs in the 6th and 7th, the Blue Jays picked up their 13th win of the season. Senior David Woolley had a good game, batting 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. The Blue Jays moved to 13-4 on the season and will take on Scranton in a weekend series on Saturday and Sunday. Etown men's lacrosse put together a dominant performance on Wednesday against Juniata, defeating the Eagles 25-6. With scoring 20 goals in the first half, the Blue Jays were on a tear, scoring their first 3 goals of the game within the first 2 minutes. Sophomore Ben Backenstos led the Blue Jays with 5 goals, followed by senior Jay Rodriguez with 4 goals and junior Graham Lindsay with 3 goals. With the total of 50 shots on goal, the Blue Jays capitalized on half, while freshman goalie Ben Zeitz picked up the win after playing a quarter and not needing to make any saves. Etown moves to 3-7 on the season and will play against Scranton at home on Saturday. Women's lacrosse has also found a rhythm over the past few games, defeating Juniata 17-8. Graduate student Megan Meyer and sophomore Ella Scholes had eventful evenings, picking up their 100th career points for the Blue Jays in the road victory. Scholes led the team in the victory with 5 goals and 4 assists, followed by sophomore Haley Meyer with 4 goals, and her sister Megan Meyer, who contributed 3 goals and 3 assists. Etown moves to 6-3 on the season and 1-1 in the Landmark Conference. The Blue Jays will head on the road to take on the number 15th ranked Scranton on Saturday. Softball split their games against Dickinson on Tuesday and swept Newman on the road on Wednesday. Freshman Lily Baldwin, senior Brooke Husko, and freshman Morgan Carr combined for 6 doubles in the win against Dickinson as they piled 5 runs onto their lead in the 5th inning. Freshman Lauren Lashak picked up the win with 5 innings pitched and only 1 earned run as the Blue Jays won 10-3. Etown was able to run rule Newman in the first game of the doubleheader, winning 10-0. Senior Maddie Reaver knocked her 2nd home run of the season out of the park in the win. Etown scored 5 runs in the 4th inning, securing the victory. Etown took care of business in the 2nd game of the doubleheader, defeating Newman 8-2. Husko's triple led the team towards the win as she went 2 for 5 with a run. The softball team moves to 8-6 on the season after the 3 wins. Etown will be on the road this weekend against Scranton to continue their road stretch. This week's Player of the Week award is actually going to go to 2 people who achieved very special accomplishments this past week, Ella Scholes and Megan Meyer. After passing the 100-point mark, They have shown their talent and continue to lead a red-hot women's lacrosse team towards their strong performances over the past few weeks. Great job, Ella and Megan. Now back to the trio in the studio.
Thank you so much for tuning in on this episode of Flight Zone. We will keep posted with the March Madness tournament, and as always, stay in the zone.